Hello everybody, I am Andrew Hutchings and I am still not a doctor, not giving medical advice, just my opinion, educational information, consolidating information, putting it all in one place. And this video is about, are you having trouble keeping the weight off? Are you having trouble setting the bottle down? Are you having trouble not putting that smokable thing to your lips? Well, the idea of the video came about when talking to a friend of mine who is like borderline morbid obese. Maybe he's below the cutoff now at this exact moment. But he was talking about how it's harder for a fat person to lose weight than harder for a really fat person to lose weight than a not as fat person. And I said, no, it's not. It's the same. You just have more weight to lose. And I know there's going to be a lot of you out there who go, oh my God, you're insensitive, they have a problem, it's genetics, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, genetics do play a role, but the main thing is the eating. So you gotta ask yourself, why do you keep eating? And the answer is, it's an addiction, just like drinking, just like smoking, just like all the drugs out there, just like masturbating, just like a lot of things, gambling. So how do you cure addiction? Well, you need to have a deep found happiness from life itself. Now that's easier said than done, and it takes time you have to literally create a life that makes you happy. You don't just get to wake up one morning and say, I'm gonna be happy with life, I'm gonna get high on life. No, you have to create a life that makes you happy. Now you may be a long ways away from that, but yeah, you know your options. Either create a life that makes you happy, or keep on doing all the things you don't like doing, but you keep doing. Because you keep doing them because you get short-term pleasure, reward response, dopamine. So if you're not getting that enjoyment from life itself, from somebody in your life, from some activities you do, whatever it is, and you have a messed up reward system in your brain that is used to these instant gratification signals from shoveling food into your mouth or pouring booze down your throat, you're not going to stop doing it. So if you really want to lose the weight and keep it off, not only do you need to get into the diet and exercise, but so that you don't rebound and go back to shoveling the food down your throat whenever you can, you need to create a life that gives you fulfillment and happiness. So, number one, I'd say, become financially stable, because it's very hard to be happy from life if you're stressed out worrying about where you're going to get enough money to keep a roof over your head and food to eat to survive. So that's number one. Then number two, in my opinion, now this is a hard one, you can't just decide you're gonna do it. It's not like even getting a job. Getting a job, you can, even though I think there's a lot of problems with our educational system, you can technically go to school for something and have a high chance of getting a job for that something, even though I'm not a big advocate of our schools, because it's often not worth it. But getting a job is a lot easier than this second thing. But number two, maybe it's not second in line, but I'd say it's second most important, is love. Now, it may sound cheesy or whatever. I know that me, let's say like 7 years ago, even 5 years ago, I would have thought it's nonsense. I never wanted to get married. I was going to fake the marriage. If a girl did want to marry me, that way the joke's on her when she divorces from me, because we never actually got married, so she doesn't get half my stuff. And I thought, why would I even want to have kids with a woman? I just want to clone myself. Why would I want to mix it with some random girl? But yeah, now that I'm older and more mature, I don't have the same thoughts. And luckily I do have someone I love, and that helps me get happiness from life. So try to improve your odds of finding someone you love and who loves you. It's the same way you're trying to improve your odds of not eating by being happy with life. You need to improve your odds of finding somebody you love and who loves you. You have to make your chances of that as high as possible, not as low as possible. For example, don't not shower for a week, have smell like garbage, look like garbage, and dress like garbage, and expect that you're gonna get a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, fiance, husband, whatever, wife. Yeah, you gotta make your odds of getting that as high as possible. That's a different topic though. But for this one, you have to make your odds of being happy from life as high as possible through, number one, like I said, become financially stable. That way you don't have the stress. And that's a big stress, worrying how you're going to get the money you need to live. So get that out of the way. If you can, find love. But you don't want to just work on one. I mean, maybe you might need to work on the job one first, but don't not work on other stuff just because you're looking for love. Because you can also find hobbies you enjoy. You can do activities that create natural pleasure responses, natural reward responses, like going to the gym. That creates natural pleasure and enjoyment. It's a lot different than getting it instantly in a high spike from like eating or alcohol or drugs. So you want to fill your life with things that create natural pleasure. So go to the gym, go for a walk outside. Oh yeah, the good thing is don't sleep all day, because trust me, being outside when it's sunny, it's not the most sunny right now, is going to make you a lot more happy than being outside in the middle of the night when it's pitch black. I know it's easy to fall in the pattern of staying up all night, sleeping until noon or later, but you want to try to correct that. And before you can correct it, or if you can't correct it, make sure you get outside while it's light out, because that's very important. Not only does the being outside in the fresh air and the sunlight make you happy, and also it's important for your body, but the walking around is important for other bodily stuff and generates good feelings. So yeah, it's different for everybody. You just have to figure out how you can become happy, content from life, and enjoy life. Be happy. It's not like you're gonna feel drunk and high or like a mad cow eating. It's not the same kind of pleasure. It's much more subtle, but it's much more real. And once you actually establish a life that you enjoy, you're not gonna want to just shove food in your mouth nonstop. It's like you're feeling good already. You don't need, and it's not like you're thinking about it. You're not thinking, oh, I'm feeling good already, I don't need to eat. It's like you don't even think about it. You'll be feeling good, so you'll eat, you'll be full, and you're like, oh, I don't want to eat more. It's not gonna make me feel good, because you're already feeling good, so it can't make you feel. I mean, you could decide you're gonna destroy your brain circuitry by just forcing the new habit upon yourself. Like if you purposely decided to just eat and eat and eat a bunch of sweets all the time, you could override the natural enjoyment you get from life. But as long as you don't purposely try that, if you create a life that makes you happy, in a deeper happiness, I don't mean happy because you're buying expensive sports cars or having lots of sex, not that that's bad, but you need to find deeper happiness from life, something that's real, not just buying stuff or whatever. Because buying stuff, actually, I think that could be another addiction. I mean, addiction is everywhere. It's not just drugs and alcohol. It's food, buying stuff, gambling, porn, masturbation goes along with that. There's so many things that most people do without realizing that it is addiction, and it's seriously screwing up their brain and their life and their happiness. Because once you eliminate addiction from your life, it just clears up so many things. You'll lose the weight and you'll keep it off. You won't be, you'll be so much happier in general. And for weight loss, you'll be able to keep the weight off. And that will further make you happier because now you're looking the way you want to look. So maybe you'll never look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or, I don't know, somebody else who's not so big but they're really skinny. Yeah, maybe you'll never look like an Olympic swimmer, but you won't, my phone almost, but you won't be so fat like you currently are. So remember that. You need to create a life that will bring you deep, real happiness. And then you won't need to put the fork down because you won't pick it up in the first place. Now, of course, you're actually going to pick it up because you have to eat sometimes, but you won't want to keep eating. So remember, financial stability, because you need to eliminate that severe, overwhelming stress of worrying about how you're going to survive. And then number 2 is building everything else in life that brings you real, true happiness. And I think the best thing for that is love, but it's not something you can just go and buy at Walmart. And just like you have to create the best circumstances to become happy with your life, if you want to find a boyfriend or girlfriend, you have to create the best circumstances for that to happen. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't set yourself up for failure with enjoying life, and don't set yourself up for failure with finding a boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't set yourself up for failure with overeating. The way you cannot set yourself up for failure is doing what I just talked about. Create a life that makes you happy. Then it's just going to fall into place. You're not going to overeat. But how do you make yourself happy? You have to make money, so don't set yourself up for failure there. I don't know exactly what you do, but make sure your conditions for earning money are as good as you can make them. And love is a powerful thing, so make sure your conditions for finding someone to be with are as good as possible. Apply that in everything to life. Make sure that the conditions are the most favorable they can be for getting what you want. I hope you like this video, and I was told that I should stay more on the fitness path instead of making videos about all sorts of things, but I think it's very important for fitness because for losing weight and keeping it off, but also because if you're into fitness and everything, there's a good likelihood that you're also into having a good life. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be happy and not have trouble overeating, not have trouble over drinking? So I think it's good to make videos like this. And check out my other videos, but I've got so many of them that you're going to have to click on my little circle icon thingy. And because I've got like 180 by now, maybe only 175, I don't know, maybe only 170, but it was 160 like a month ago, so it's higher now. You can hire me for training advice, consultations, plans, etc. You can hire me for diet advice, consultations, plans, etc. Because although once you fix your life, you're not going to have the urge to overeat, you do still need to lose the weight. I mean, you could just fix your life and slowly but surely you'll have lost the weight, but it is a good idea to actually put a plan in place to shred the pounds, and then your fixing of your life helps you not to regain them. And I also offer supplement consultations, advice, plans, whatever. I can review your supplements, tell you what's worth taking, what's not worth taking, etc. That's typically what I do when I build someone a overall fitness plan. I look at everything they're doing and ingesting and everything, and I tell them, you can take that supplement, but really it's, unless you just have an abundance of money and you don't care about just throwing it away, it's a lot better to put that money towards this instead, or just save it. Because I try to get you value. Because it doesn't, like, imagine if you can pay me, but then you end up saving so much money, it's like you didn't even pay me. I mean, that's a really good deal. And I like to give people good deals because I want to be, that makes me see myself as up high. Someone you pay and you get a lot out of is a lot better than somebody you pay and you don't get much out of, and I don't want to be someone that just wastes your money and time and everything. Also, I'm publishing a book on tendinitis as soon as I graduate my university. I'm waiting until then so I can include my degree on there so I don't have to pay to publish it twice. And like I said about the diet plans and fitness stuff, I make sure you get the best bang for your buck. So I can guarantee, I'm not going to make like a legal guarantee, because there's going to be someone out there who just makes up, I didn't save any money, but you will save money because you're not going to be going to all those doctors, all those physical therapists, doing all that stuff. But more importantly, you're going to save time, which means that you can enjoy your life and you're not going to be in pain. So not only will you have the time and the money to enjoy your life, but your body won't be a prison. You won't have the pain from your tendinitis, and you can go about your life just enjoying it. You only get one life, so the sooner you get rid of your tendinitis, the sooner you can get back to enjoying it. No amount of money can make up for your life. But my book will save you a lot of money. Oh yeah, my Instagram is natural_true_fitness. My website is andrewhutchings.org.